United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start out with public comment. Barb?
Yeah, I sent an email to the board about our meet the candidates night. I've only heard back from 2 board members if they were going to be coming or not. So for the rest of you, it would be nice if you would RSVP. Because we're having quite a lot of people that are interested in coming. I had a lot of naysayers saying, oh, I've already voted, I've done this, I've done that. But when I went over to Stanton, they said that they only had 10 people come into Stanton to vote so far. So it's not, you know, when people say they've already voted, that must mean they've gotten a
Absentee ballot.
absentee ballot or something, whatever. But I do know in Mount Pleasant, they're just starting to do the meet the candidate nights because we have so many neighborhoods that, you know, they're meeting almost every night to meet the different communities. So it's just starting. So that was my thought. I just want to remind. And on the information, it has the questions. There's 3 questions, and you can't make it. Please have someone else to read your answers.
I replied back today.
You what?
I replied to it today.
To me?
To me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
to you.
Okay, okay, that's good, good.
Anybody else?
I see a mistake in the minutes, I don't know if I can say that you guys will be talking about, because I was here for the meeting and under the property sale, it says that the nays were Johnson and Little,
Yeah,
and it was Johnson and Haley.
Yep, we got that one,
Okay.
thank you.
That's an important one.
Yes.
Anybody? Sherry?
Do we have any more info on when we think I'm supposed to do? I know that Alicia's doing a schedule, but I'm just getting full of leads myself.
I'll get with Mitch, sorry, I know that. I will get with Mitch.
Thanks.
I'll probably put him tomorrow, cause I'm off.
Would that go on the Facebook or something?
It'll go on
They
the
said it
website.
would be posted on the website, cause I've been checking every day, cause I've got leads, and I just wondered myself.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. Need a motion to approve the agenda and accept the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
Motion by Lee, second by Sarah. Approve the agenda and accept the consent agenda. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carried. Before we do the consent agenda, we got, under new business, we gotta have C for lights. And then, D, revenue sharing. Anybody got anything else you wanna add? I get a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Motion to accept the agenda. Motion. Second.
Motion by Lee, second by Patty. Accept the consent. Discussion.
Thank you. Okay, we had brought up last month that we didn't need the fax line. I guess maybe we didn't do a motion because it's still on our bill for this month. Do you need a motion, Pat?
I called them to stop that, but that bill was for previous,
Okay,
came out before,
okay.
but I have called them, that should be stopped.
Okay, next one, great. One other thing, we don't reimburse sales tax, correct? Because we don't pay sales tax. There's a reimbursement in the sewer bill for sales tax. For the Amazon order, and if they need a credit card, we have a township credit card.
Or since they are part of the township, our purchasing person, which would be you, would be, Janet, call you since you are the purchaser, and do it that way. Like, we need to get these procedures standardized.
Any more discussion?
Well, what are we gonna do with that one bill?
Yeah, if we we don't reimburse sales tax, how does that work?
And I think the checks have already been cut.
How much is the check for?
I don't know what the check was for, I know what the sales tax was for. It's, a reimbursement to her for an Amazon order.
Oh. Home and supplies. So she would owe us $18.64.
Yeah, and actually, you know, I feel bad that she is not gonna be fully reimbursed, so we need to do something about where she's not buying it herself on her personal credit card.
And not incurring sales tax in the first
Right.
place.
And she mentioned that, I think that she did that by mistake. Forgot to change the credit card or something, that's why I did that.
They have one?
Kevin's
Probably
got
used
one.
her personal
Okay.
account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and hers didn't.
Probably used her own personal.
Well, we know that,
And then
we
just
know
did-
she did that. It's like, why wasn't it done with the,
Yeah, I think she did it inadvertently by mistake.
At the state, we do get reimbursed and slapped on the wrist. I told not to do it again, but we still get our money. I'm just saying at the state level.
comment?
I know.
Okay,
I just hate to see her.
I guess I would like to see us reimburse her for $18.64, and maybe Kirk could have a conversation with her to make sure that she doesn't do that again, and to make sure to not use her personal credit card.
Okay, I don't have a problem doing it that way, since Linda says we can.
The state of Michigan does this. Not to say
yeah,
that's
motion on
much.
that, Ray?
I think it's part of, would it be part of that motion?
Second,
Support.
motion by Patty, seconded by Sarah to pay her the 1864 in sales tax too,
And to approve the consent agenda.
and approve the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
I,
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, it puts us down to Montgomery County Buzz.
Yeah, I've only got a couple of things, because we haven't had our first meeting of the month yet, because our second Monday's not till next week. Last month, our Commission on Aging Director came in with we had paid for a needs assessment, for Commission on Aging, to have someone come in and assess our programs and stuff. She came in and gave us our presentation on that. Judge Eggleston come in and requested another probation officer, we approved that. And the other thing we have is a community corrections grant request that it's just an annual thing that we get for community corrections. Grant we do when we approve that, that's it.
Anybody got any questions for Commissioner? Okay. That puts us down to fire report. Thanks, Chris. Mike's not here. We had one CO2 alarm investigation, one PI accident, one mutual aid to Sharon Fire, total of 3 runs, one business meeting, one training meeting, one fire association meeting, and he wants to wait for the AED training until after the election. Everything's calmed down a little bit, so. Hunting season, yeah. Okay, DBW, either one of them aren't here. I know, I think they are ready to start sucking these
Or
in.
get rid of clothes, yeah.
They might have to get a solenoid on the starter yet, but other than that, the oil's been changed and checked over. Okay, Duck Lake Improvement, Shirley,
I don't see Shirley, they have a meeting.
I can give an update.
Go ahead.
Just a brief one.
Yeah.
We do have a meeting on, next week. It's posted there, but it's a slight change, so it's on 14th at 7 PM. And we'll be going over, the appointment of officers and the budget for next year.
Thanks, Sam. Downtown Development Authority, Dave?
Yeah, I've just got, 2, 3 items here. One, I was gonna compliment, our organization on getting the documentation in for the audit. I understand the audit's been postponed a month, so definitely we'll have our documents in. Okay. Also, we're continuing to, work with Mishta on the details of the grant. We'll be, working with the new Park and Rec Board on determining the location for the 2 pavilions. And I think we'll have to work with the township board on how to get electricity to those two once we decide where they are. That's another item that'll have to be taken care of. The only other item is once the old township hall gets its new coat of paint, we will have completed all of the facade grants that we've awarded this year. And that's 4 of them, 3 of them, excuse me. And that'll be clean. I see they've got part of that building painted now. The north, that looks like the north half of it. So it's underway. Hopefully it'll be done before winter.
Puts us down to the Montcalm County Police Report, Officer Rick.
All right, so couple things of note. In regards to the break-in at the dispensary, that's getting handled by Michigan State Police. What I do know is the vehicle is recovered, that was involved, and it's not from this state, so do with that what you will, that information, infer what you would like to infer. Second, good reminder, Social Security will not ask you to forward them money, they will not ask you to send them Bitcoin, gold, anything like that. If you get a suspicious email and you feel like it might be Social Security but you don't know, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to work with you, determine if it's legit or not legit, okay? Tell your friends, tell everybody, because it's a good reminder, because you know, sometimes you forget, and they'll never tell you not to tell your friends or family about it, okay? The government they want everybody to know, okay?
Thank you for that.
Questions, comments, concerns? All right.
Thank you. Puts us down, trustee report.
This is our sign-in. We were at 94 loads for the township cleanup. And earlier today, I was at the Community Advancement Committee meeting. And they have solicited from supervisors what their thoughts are on this, but they have not received very much in the way of responses. The supervisors meetings have started up again bi-monthly, and at the last one, Penrod wrote down what their ideas were from the townships that were represented for what the committee should be doing. Master planning assistance, county-sponsored training for board of review or planning as a way to use some of that funding to help the entire county and all the townships, and also grant writing templates. So those were the top 3 things that came out of the supervisors meeting that Jody Penrod chaired and brought to the community advancement meeting. The commission will be voting this Monday or 2 weeks from Monday, depending on which one that's on setting aside money, their extra money, in a fund that effectively makes it a community foundation, basically, so the interest earned off that set aside money funds this program to do stuff for townships, municipalities, and cities within Montcalm County in the effort of economic and community development. That concludes your trustee reports.
Thank you. Moves us down to Park and Recreational Board.
I got an email from Chris, he's not able to be here tonight. There is McKenna's coming on Monday at 9:30 to meet with the Recreation Board, and anybody that wants to be there to go over the survey.
Monday morning?
Yep, 9:30. Review the survey results, McKenna's initial observations, and to host a parks goal and objective visioning workshop. So I'm gonna post that as a public meeting.
Okay, correspondence, the hall letter.
Patty,
Mhm.
I just wanted to, since it's public, it'll be in the DDA room, if people
Yes.
are looking.
Okay.
Back to correspondence, we got a hall letter. That was someone thanking that the township was helping here get a marina. The township don't have nothing to do with it. Just like anybody around the lake, they can write a letter if they're not in favor, but the township don't have no say in it, so.
I think though that, I have noticed, and it is very hard to read those notices that Pat puts in here, if there's any way where the link can be darkened.
Well,
so
if
we
the
easily go to it.
link could be shared when they come in the
When they
effort
give
of
it to
sharing
us,
information,
yeah.
like, give us the link so we can go to the full 13 or 15 pages rather than that one page.
Right, to read it all.
Okay.
He's upset that we're not being forthcoming, and then it was misspoken about what it was for. Doesn't, no,
No.
not you. I'm sorry, I'm just looking out of the audience,
Yeah.
sorry, Gert. Yeah, so, the person that wrote the letter.
Okay, unfinished business, A, policy cash and money handling policy.
I think that's supposed to say expenditure policy. We passed-
You're right,
We passed the cash money,
so it should be expenditure policy.
and that one's in here.
So I
So,
gave you the right one, I just.
yes, you did.
And the only change that I made to that was on the, page 3, after normal working hours, weekends, holidays, the supervisor has the authority to approve, treasurer is the backup, the supervisor's not available, that was what we discussed.
Right, we had discussed that one.
Yeah, so that was the only change that I made to that.
So then this is going back to the lawyer, or
I think we can approve it, I think we can approve that.
I move that we approve the Crystal Township expenditure procedures and policy.
I'll support.
Motion by Sarah, second by Nancy. To, go for the expenditure and money handling policy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Resolution for sell, lease, convey property.
That's exactly what we talked about.
Yep.
So I have a motion to approve the resolution for sale, lease, or convey property.
Second.
Get the roll call on that.
Yeah, I'll do roll call. Sarah?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Kurt?
Yeah.
Pat, yes. Alicia?
Yes.
Puts down, new business.
We've got two of these, because the first one gives us permission to do so.
Right.
The second one we use when we are going to sell these convey.
Right.
So we need to do both. Which actually names who we're leasing or conveying to.
I move we approve the individual resolution to sell, lease, or convey property.
I will second that.
Motion by Sarah, second by Elish. Approve the resolution to sell or lease convey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, you gonna do roll call?
Yep,
Yep,
Alicia,
sorry.
yes.
Yes.
Pat, yes. Kurt?
Yes.
Nancy?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
New business, trick or treat hours.
Typically, we've always done 5 to 7.
What night is that? Anybody know?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay, thank you. 5 to 7 sounds good to me. Do you need a motion?
Yeah.
Sure.
Motion to have trick or treat 5 to 7 on Thursday, October 31st.
I will support it.
Motion by Nancy, second by Patty to have trick or treating 5 to 7 on October 31st. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. The temporary DPWH,
What is Patrick at right now?
he's at eight,
Patrick's at
19,
nineteen,
yeah.
because he started at 1840, and then with the raise everybody got in July, he went to 19 whatever, so I would think he started at 1840.
I would think that makes logical sense.
I'll make a motion to start the new DPW part-time person at 1840.
Second.
Motion by Patty, second by Lise, to start the new temporary DPW worker out at 1840 an hour. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. The lighting district.
Okay, with the lighting district assessment back on, we will bring in $43,646. I need to know if the board wants that back on for, 24 winter taxes.
I think we need to.
Okay, you wanna make the motion?
I will make a motion that we put the lighting district on the taxes for winter 2024.
Okay, I'll support.
Motion by Patty, seconded by Nancy to put the lighting district back on the tax roll. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Next year we won't have to.
Right, have a little more extra in there. D, revenue sharing, I'll speak on that, Nancy.
Yeah, I do. First time in years and years and years, we are now going to have a city, village, township revenue sharing payment that is totally separate from our regular constitutional revenue sharing. So we're gonna get, $2,811, half of it in February of 25 and the rest of it in June of 25, and we're just gonna continue on. We didn't have to do anything to get it. They just, passed it that they were gonna give it to us, so, a little bit more money, it's not much, something. That's just information.
Okay. Gives us back to public comment. Anybody got? Sherry?
Yeah, I was just wondering if we could get the two policies and the resolutions and the policies. Can we get that on the website? Because I'd be real interested in reading those. Can we click on those? Patty, okay, thank you, Patty, appreciate that.
Ann?
I was gonna say the same thing, so the great, to have the resolutions on that, but also the ordinances. Because, you know, we've been going through the park and rec one, and it just made me think kind of where to access.
The whole thing needs an update.
And not to add more burden, and it's not urgent, just to, be great to have access to the ordinances.
Right, yeah, people ask me a lot, well, don't we have an ordinance on this and ordinance on that, you know, and so, yeah, it would be good if they were there and then we could start working on updating them.
And if it's just a scanning effort and posting in a folder or something, I volunteer to do it. It shouldn't be much effort, but, okay, that was the one thing. And then, Sari talked about the grant out of that, and I know it's just being discussed, but I'm really intrigued by, what they're estimating the interest will be on the principal and what kind of money they're.
It depends on what kind of money they put to the
Right.
side and what they vote on, we don't know yet.
Okay. And then the content of the grant policy and like what's gonna be included in that.
It's
So when-
being created
Right.
right now.
So do you have an idea like when they're gonna, maybe in the spring they'll have a,
We were looking at a year timeline initially because they were gonna wait for that to make interest, but now that there might be some other available money potentially, if that is voted yes, there will be a special meeting called later this month or early next month to get the wheels under the car. And they are going to largely take from DDA facade grants for parameters, so.
well, like, I wanna drop it on the, McKenna as well too, cause we're listing out all the potential grants or funding sources for things that we might wanna do. And
It doesn't exist yet, I wouldn't list it.
Okay, we'll leave it out. And then, the trick or treat, I usually help out with the trunk or treat in the parking lot here. Does the chamber come
I
and
haven't
ask
heard.
if they're gonna do that again? Okay, I'll follow up with
So
Tara.
they're not doing their big thing they normally do?
Yeah, they're doing that on the 23rd here in the building.
That's
okay.
that,
That's
but
the
then
fall
there's
fest.
trunk or
Yeah, they
treat
usually do a trunk or treat
on
Halloween.
Halloween.
And I don't know.
Okay, I'll ask Tara. Thank
Do you know what time that one on the 23rd is, Pat?
I'm gonna say 5, but I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
I know.
Alicia, you and I had discussed a motion that the board may consider for putting out a halt to any requirements for permitting for activities in the park, and I just didn't see it on the agenda.
talked about this at the fall cleanup. She had mentioned it at the last board meeting that we had about putting a moratorium in for any fees collected for the Parks and Recs. And so, I think initially, I think you said 2 or 3 months, I think you gotta go at least in 6 months. Because in the ordinance, what was, I'm sorry?
Oh, it's for activity permits.
Permits, which.
Not, there's no
which-
fees for it, but.
Okay, for permits. So, I guess I forgot to put that in the agenda, so can that be added to the agenda? Or should we
Add it next month.
add it next month?
Because that's gonna take some investigating, so we needed to talk about that, I think. You know, what are we gonna charge for a permit, who's issuing the permits, how much of the permits, are they based on what they're doing? You know, right now, somebody calls and wants to do
It's in the
something.
ordinance,
It's in the ordinance how it's
18
all
right
handled,
now.
but we don't have a mechanism to actually do it. So since you've activated Parks and Rec,
We know
there
we
may
go
be an
back to that.
expectation on people's part that, oh no, I have to get a permit, and we wanna make sure that it's clear that nobody does, for a period of time while we get that re-evaluated.
So you're trying not to do that?
No,
Not
we
the
wanna give
ordinance.
people a buy for violating the ordinance technically.
Which, you know, I mean, people call and say, no, you can go through anytime you want because it's wide open. Because we have never charged since I've been here. So
We're
I
not
see what
talking
you're
about any
saying.
charges,
Yeah,
just, it says a
so-
permit has to be got, or,
Right, I know, I'm just trying to
yeah.
see where we're going with
Yeah.
this. So, okay, sounds good,
Anybody else?
needs to be looked at.
I'm speaking for Kim Morgan. She was talking about there's a truck being parked out here in our parking lot. And I thought, she said, I thought that this was against our township ordinances because it's been parking overnight out there. And so I'm just saying this, she's probably gonna talk to you about that later. However, the concern was is that we made a decision before not to do it, and now this person is doing it, and she wants to know who gave them permission to do that.
Yeah, we've dealt with this like 2 years ago, didn't we? Not having that semi out there and that semi's out there,
Yeah.
No, I have the same one.
it's in the same spot.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's actually owned by the man that owns the little gold bill, like that you guys are trying to purchase.
I don't know, she just wanted me to bring it up, she thought that the football game would be going on, that this would be going on longer than the football game that she's going to.
So was there a connection between that house and
No,
why he's
there's-
parking there?
Whoever's billing, is they billing over you, Sarah? In the house?
There,
They
there
tore
is
down
also-
football? That's the guy just digging that basement.
Well, why, who gave him permission to park there?
Nobody, like I said, he owns that house.
But he doesn't own our parking lot.
No.
So we need to get a hold of you.
He said this morning, he thought he was gonna be out of here today.
Need to talk to them, yes, need to do it.
So you did talk to him about it?
Yeah.
You didn't give him permission.
Well, I didn't give him permission, no.
Because you talked to him today, he's been there all week.
Monday he pulled in this third,
I think that's when I first noticed.
so must be they ran into a problem over there or something, but.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
We're out of here?
Motion adjourned. A second?
Okay, play, wow, no.
You want a motion? Motion by Nancy, second by Patty, adjourn at 7:30. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Put my glasses away already. Yeah,
No.